Villages that defy human limits. On these roads, one wrong move can be your last. They cling to cliffs, twist above bottomless valleys, and squeeze vehicles through mountain walls with almost no room for error. Every turn tests more than driving skill. It tests fear, focus, and how calm a person can remain when disaster is only inches away. And the most shocking part is that these are not movie sets. They are real roads used every day. Today, we are entering the most terrifying roads on Earth. Routes so extreme that even looking at them is enough to make you hold your breath. Sani Pass, South Africa, Lesotho. On the border of South Africa and Lesotho, with elevations ranging from 6,000 to 9,400 feet, known for hairpin turns and steep slopes challenging travelers, continuous curves combined with steep mountain slopes and deep valleys on both sides create dramatic and challenging conditions for movement. The entire route is approximately 5 miles long, and travel usually takes 1 to 2 hours, depending on the vehicle and weather conditions. Visitors usually approach Sani Pass in four-wheel drive or heavy vehicles to safely navigate steep basalt slopes and rugged terrain. Some cliff sections around the pass rise steeply, creating rugged exposure and wide views, while allowing observation of mountain erosion processes. The scenery changes continuously along each curve, with deep valleys, basalt rocks, and steep slopes rarely seen on African mountain passes. Los Caracoles Pass, Chile, Argentina. The Los Caracoles Pass stands as a mad traffic engineering feat with 29 consecutive switchbacks on the Andes Mountains. Massive 1.8-wheeler trucks must navigate inches from cliffs thousands of feet deep without any protective guardrails for safety. This mountain route reaches a record altitude of 10,400 feet, causing air pressure to drop and directly affecting engine performance. Black ice and snow layers tens of feet thick frequently cover the road, turning the asphalt surface into an extremely hazardous skating rink. The road structure twists so sharply that it generates massive inertia, forcing truck braking systems to operate far beyond their physical limits. Conquering the Los Caracoles Pass is considered a true survival challenge for any driver facing this steep and vertical terrain. Passo di San Boldo, Italy. Passo di San Boldo stands like a crazy cut straight through the steep limestone cliffs of the Alps. This wonder was built at high speed in only 100 days in 1918 by thousands of workers for urgent military needs. The road must climb an elevation of 2,000 316 feet, using 5 spiral tunnels stacked unrealistically inside the mountain. With a width of only 9 feet, vehicles must follow traffic lights to move in one-way turns through the tunnels. Stone windows carved directly into the cliff create views straight down into the deep abyss, while the low tunnel ceiling is limited to 10 feet. Driving here requires absolute focus because the 180 degrees sharp turns and narrow road always challenge every safety limit. Zojila Pass, India. India, Zojila Pass appears as a deadly cut connecting green valleys and stone deserts. This route is globally famous for having absolutely no guardrail systems. While the cliffs at the edge drop steeply down 1,000 feet. In winter, massive snowstorms can accumulate layers of snow over 50 feet thick, completely erasing all traces of the motor road. The extremely narrow road surface only fits one lane, forcing drivers to reverse hundreds of feet near the abyss whenever they encounter oncoming vehicles. In 1948, the Indian Army set an incredible record by disassembling and bringing heavy tanks across this treacherous terrain. Currently, a mountain tunnel project 8.8 miles long is being implemented to replace the existing risky and deadly travel route. Kardungla Pass, India. The Kardungla Pass is one of the planet's most treacherous roads, reaching an elevation of over 17,000 feet. Here, oxygen levels drop to just 50%, causing the human brain to easily enter a state of disorientation or deep coma. Military doctors order travelers not to stay longer than 20 minutes to avoid the risk of acute pulmonary edema caused by the extremely low pressure. Ice walls, up to 20 feet thick, stand vertically on both sides of the road, always threatening to collapse onto any vehicle moving below. Truck drivers must reverse their wheels to the very edge of abysses thousands of feet deep to negotiate sharp turns that have no protective barriers. Vehicle braking systems frequently become red hot and completely lose control when forced to constantly brake on slopes with a non-physical terrain structure. Kishtwar Killer Road, India. Connecting Jammu Kashmir and Himachal Pradesh in India, emerges as a treacherous path carved through the majestic and grand Himalayan mountain wilderness. This route was manually hacked directly into steep limestone cliffs, creating massive rock overhangs that completely cover the rugged and very narrow dirt passage. The path width is barely 10 feet wide, which is roughly the size of a large dining table, making driving a difficult mental puzzle. You will witness waterfalls plunging from the mountain peaks, hitting the car roof, and creating a mystical mist covering the cold and hard metal. Local residents still silently cross this mountain trail every day on simple vehicles to transport essential supplies between their remote and very isolated small villages. Many experienced drivers often stop to pray before entering the jagged cliff section because a mistake of just 0.1 inches is fatal. Fairy Meadows Road, Pakistan, stands tall like a thin, fragile thread, clinging tightly to vertical cliffs among the world's highest and sharpest mountain ranges. The journey traveling on an off-road vehicle through narrow sections without guardrails will provide you with extremely thrilling and very dangerous adventurous experiences today. The terrain of this area consists mainly of gravel and arid soil, creating a bumpy and dusty path running along the very deep mountain canyons. Local indigenous people manually dug and built this primitive path into the mountainside to connect the green meadows with the vast world far away outside. The landscape changes abruptly from bare cliffs to soft grass carpets and lush green pine forests, creating an incredibly strong and very beautiful natural contrast. Off-road drivers here must possess masterful skills to steer wheels rolling close to the edge of the abyss, several hundred feet deep in the mountains. Karakoram Highway, Pakistan. The Karakoram Highway appears as an architectural feat, clinging tightly to the very steep and vertical cliffs. Drivers must face narrow road sections right beside abysses 3,000 feet deep, where just one small mistake can lead to extremely unpredictable and fatal consequences. This unique location is the only place on Earth witnessing the convergence of the three greatest mountain ranges, including the Himalayas and Karakoram and Hindu Kush. Thousands of workers worked hard for 20 years to complete this highest paved road in the world, creating a lasting symbol of human will and persistence. Landscapes along the journey change abruptly between dry, grey rock formations and ancient glaciers shining like long silver ribbons across the high and mighty mountain peaks. This legendary route is nicknamed the Eighth Wonder of the World, with the ability to operate stably at an elevation of nearly 15,000 feet high. Leh-Manali Highway, India. The Leh-Manali Highway appears as a thin thread clinging tightly to the steep mountain cliffs. This journey forces drivers to cross freezing glacial streams, cutting across the asphalt road at extremely dangerous and very steep mountain pass sections. The terrain changes abruptly from dense pine forests to dry, cold deserts, with limestone mountain ranges as sharp as the teeth of a giant saw. This strategically important route was built and is maintained by military engineering units under very complex and difficult geological conditions during many long years. The presence of vast plains, located at an elevation of over 13,000 feet, creates a flat space, contrasting completely with the surrounding mountain majesty. Each year, this route only operates for about 5 months, when deep snow layers are cleared to connect the high plateau with the outside world. Dades Gorge Road, Morocco. The Dades Gorge appears as a glowing red stone labyrinth, challenging every human sense. You will have to perform continuous steering movements when facing sharp curves stacked on top of each other like the many folds of springs. Millions of years of erosion have carved rounded sandstone blocks, creating the shape of giant stone fingers, rising from the very dry and ancient earth. The native Berber people built mud brick fortresses right against the mountain walls, creating a perfect intersection between the local architecture and the natural stone. The Dades River at the bottom of the abyss acts as the only blood vessel of nourishing green oasis strips within this extremely harsh geological region. Vertical cliffs rise 1,000 feet high, equivalent to 3 football fields stacked together, creating a massive natural wall that protects the deep and wide valley. Guoliang Tunnel Road, China. A dangerous and unique mountain road carved straight into vertical cliffs with dramatic scenery. The road winds along the cliffs, creating narrow curves barely wide enough for one lane, forcing careful movement. The windows carved into the cliff allow light and views into the deep canyon below, showing the full scale of the gorge. The average height of the road above the ground below is 600 feet, making each passage challenging and hazardous. Construction was done entirely by hand over more than 5 years, carving through limestone to form a narrow, winding mountain path. Guoliang Tunnel Road is one of the few hand-carved mountain tunnels, stretching miles with a stable structure through vertical cliffs almost nowhere else in the world. Satan tribe, Mongol, that winds through steep cliffs, providing a challenge for drivers navigating this narrow and rugged area. The road is built through metamorphic granite layers, aged over hundreds of millions of years, creating a diverse and complex geological landscape. Each year, the road is only open for about 4 months, while the rest of the time is completely blocked by snow and ice, disrupting traffic. The characteristic turns are designed to slow down vehicles and ensure safety as they ascend through harsh terrain, overcoming the difficult topography. Exposed rock faces and waterfalls along the route reveal the powerful erosion process and the glacial shaping of the landscape over millions of years. In 2005, Trollstigen was recognized as one of Norway's national tourist routes, becoming a natural heritage site and major tourist attraction. Grossglockner High Alpine Road, Austria, is a road connecting Fusch and Heiligenblut, stretching 29 miles across the Alps, known for its steep inclines and sharp turns. Completed in 1935, the road serves not only for transportation, but also attracts millions of tourists every year. With an elevation of up to 8,200 feet, visitors can enjoy breathtaking views of Grossglockner Peak, the highest mountain in Austria. Built through rugged granite mountains, the road features dangerous curves and unique mountain tunnels. The road is only open in summer, as heavy snow in winter makes travel extremely dangerous. A unique feature of the road is the rest stops, where visitors can admire engineering marvels such as glass bridges and tunnels crossing the mountains. Aurlandsfjellet, Norway. Stretching 47 kilometers across a remote plateau with snow-covered landscapes throughout the summer. The route lacks wind barriers, exposing vehicles directly to harsh cold winds. Along the road, one side is lush with green pastures, while the other is a barren cold plateau. Aurlandsfjellet was completed in 1967, initially serving the mountain communities before becoming a popular summer tourist destination. This road has an average elevation of over 4,200 feet, resulting in frequent snowfalls even during the middle of summer. There are no gas stations or settlements along the route, requiring travelers to carry enough fuel and basic survival supplies. Lyseveien, Norway. Built to connect sparse settlements with national infrastructure. Completed in 1984, this road stretches about 29 kilometers and was originally designed for the construction of the Lysebotn hydroelectric project. To overcome the steep and rugged terrain, Norwegian engineers built a 1,100 meters tunnel with continuous spiral curves. This road is only open during summer, as heavy snowfall in winter makes travel nearly impossible. In 2017, a team of German engineers selected Lyseveien as a real-world study site for designing mountain roads for weather stations in the Andes. Beneath the road surface lie ancient rock layers over 300 million years old, previously buried deep underground before being pushed upwards by tectonic activity. Col de Tourigny, France. At an elevation of 1,607 meters above sea level, and is one of the most famous mountain passes in the Alps of France. This pass is known for its sharp turns and steep slopes, making it a major challenge for racers in the Rally Monte Carlo. Constructed in the mid-19th century, this road required tunneling through vertical cliffs and using manual erosion control systems for safety. Amalfi Coast Road, SS 163, Italy. With some sections just about 100 feet above sea level, giving the feeling of floating between sky and sea. In the year 2020, SS 163 was voted the most beautiful coastal road in Europe by the European Road Trip Association, thanks to its blend of architecture and nature. The road also frequently appears in popular international films like The Talented Mr. Ripley and Under the Tuscan Sun, becoming an iconic symbol in Italian cinema. Hardknott Pass, England, where a narrow route crosses high terrain with extreme gradients and severely restricted visibility. The pass sits on heavily eroded ancient rock, causing constant changes in surface grip that require vehicles to maintain full control. Certain sections reach slopes of about 33%, illustrating how gravity and terrain place continuous pressure on road safety. The route originated during the Roman era, showing early human strategies to cross mountains rather than avoiding dangerous landforms. A fun fact about Hardknott Pass is that it was used in the filming of the 2013 movie The Railway Man, with its iconic, narrow, steep road featured prominently. Going to the Sun Road, USA. 50 miles within Glacier National Park, known for its breathtaking landscapes and pristine wilderness. The road was built in the 1930s, a remarkable feat of engineering with over 200 workers braving harsh conditions to complete it. The entire route is designed to hug the steep mountain slopes, offering drivers a thrilling and awe-inspiring experience. The scenery changes along the road from lush green forests to snow-covered cliffs, creating a stunning and mysterious atmosphere. Going to the Sun Road is not just a vital transportation route, but also a testament to human perseverance overcoming nature's challenges. Glacier National Park currently has more than 25 glaciers, one of the few places witnessing glacier retreat due to climate change. Stelvio Pass, Italy. Known for its steep slopes and continuous sharp, zigzagging turns, the harsh terrain forces the road to cling to steep mountain slopes with over 40 turns, where even minor errors can lead to severe consequences. Constructed in the 19th century by engineer Carlo Donegani, the pass serves as a testament to overcoming elevation through modern construction technology. Standing at over 8,900 feet above sea level, it offers sweeping views of the entire Alps, resembling a vast natural masterpiece. Every year, thousands of drivers challenge their limits on the more than 5-mile stretch to explore new driving experiences. Constant slope changes cause rapid water flow through fractured rocks, forming new sedimentary layers along the steep cliffs.